Yo, what's good with y'all? So welcome back to the channel, and I know we all heard and saw the news, the headlines on Saturday night. One of the biggest blockbuster trades of the 2021, or what I should say, the off season, but heading in towards the 2021 season, one of the biggest blockbuster trades so far. The only trade that I think could top this one is the soon to happen trade for Deshaun Watson and whatever team acquires Deshaun Watson from the Houston Texans. But nonetheless, this is one of the biggest trades so far of the offseason. So Matthew Stafford is coming to the Los Angeles Rams, and they're sending Jared Goff to the Detroit Lions along with a first round pick in 2022, a first round pick in 2023, and a third round pick in this upcoming draft. Now with the addition of Matthew Stafford into that Rams offense with the likes of Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, Tyler Higbee, Cam Akers, and a pretty proficient Rams offensive line, this Rams team looks pretty promising along with that defense, and now they're looked at as one of the top 4 teams in the NFC, along with the Bucks, the Packers, and maybe the Saints, maybe the Seahawks. As a fan of the game, I can't help but feel bad for Jared Goff. For all we know, he probably didn't have much of a say in this trade. It happened kind of suddenly. We knew Jared Goff had been struggling with the Rams for a while, and this goes back to the season prior, the 2019 season. It wasn't his best season coming off that huge Super Bowl loss, so it does take a toll on you, and it does take an impact on your game. But I'll get more into Jared Goff later in this video. For right now, I want to focus on Matt Stafford and what his future with the Rams looks like. At the time of this recording, Matt Stafford is still 32 years old. He turns 33 on February the 7th, which is also Super Bowl Sunday. So he's not one of the youngest of quarterbacks out there, but he's also not one of the oldest, and a quarterback that you could say, oh, he's in decline. How many more years does he have left in him? But still, at the same time, this is a pretty good question to consider. How many more years does Matthew Stafford have left in the tank? Matthew Stafford is known to be a bit of an injury-prone type of quarterback. He's had his fair share of injuries, and after getting hit, taken down, sacked, tackled so many times, it does take a toll on your body. So the biggest concern is how many good years can the Rams get out of Matthew Stafford, and can Matthew Stafford play past his mid-30s, meaning the ages of 36, 37, 38. Hey, I see it. This is more of a quick fix for the LA Rams, not sticking to Goff and deciding not to build around him. It kind of shows this trade more to be as a quick fix, giving up that much draft capital as well. So what it seems like is that the Rams are going for it all with this trade. They're gonna get themselves a pretty good quarterback in Matthew Stafford, along with that stacked offense and that tremendous defense. So maybe not this season, not this 2021 season, but the season after, we could see them in another Super Bowl. We should see them in another Super Bowl, considering what they've given up to bring in this quarterback, Matthew Stafford, to this team to help light up this Rams defense. The Rams team as a whole into the deeper part of the playoffs, the NFC Championships, the Super Bowls. And I know I can't be the only one that thinks this is a bit of a gamble on the LA Rams part. They're giving up so much draft capital, two first round picks, not even for this upcoming draft, but for the 2 drafts after, and then a third round pick in this draft, this 2021 draft. So another concern for Matthew Stafford in joining the Rams is his lack of playoff experience and his lack of dominance in the division that he's played, which is the NFC North. We all know that the NFC North for the past decade has been dominated by the Packers. Here and there, you'll see a glimpse of the Bears dominating the division, and we'll always see the Vikings competing. And it's also very difficult for me to remember the last time that the Detroit Lions actually won their division. So where I'm going with this is, once the playoffs come around and you have to travel to Seattle or Tampa Bay or Green Bay or even New Orleans, can Stafford lead this Rams team to a playoff win? If worse comes to worse and they're trailing, can Stafford lead a late quarter comeback or a late game tying or game winning drive in the playoff game. Now it's clear that the Rams are going for it all with Matthew Stafford. Not only did they give up that much draft capital to land Matthew Stafford, but apart from that, they were willing to let Jared Goff go and leave $22.2 million of dead cap from Jared Goff's contract for the 2021 season. So back to Jared Goff. What does he have going for him with his trade to Detroit? Well, now he has a fresh new start with a new team in a new city. Detroit isn't the most pleasant of places. It is in like sunny California, but I think it's a place where he could rebuild himself, gather himself together, take the off season to heal physically, the little hits and bumps and bruises along with that thumb injury, and then if he could collect himself mentally and prepare for what he has going with him ahead. This 2021 season, I don't expect anything from Jared Goff. I think he will have his fair share of struggles, but that shouldn't slow him down. And I don't think that should like let him. I don't think that should put him down. Maybe once 2022 comes around and they have that extra first round pick, if the Detroit Lions can draft smart and take advantage of those 2 first round picks that they got from the Rams, and they could build around Jared Goff, build a good offensive line around him, maybe get him another receiving weapon or a tight end, and then slowly kind of focus more on that defense too, build that defense up, then maybe this is also a long-term project for the Detroit Lions. By the way it looks, it almost seems like a backstabbing move that they did on Jared Goff. So we shouldn't really be surprised if he goes out within the next 3 seasons and plays like he has a chip on his shoulder. I can't really decide who won this trade. We just have to wait for time to tell. If the Rams can get a Super Bowl or can get to a Super Bowl at least, then we could consider them the fair winners of this trade. But if the Lions are able to build around Jared Goff and take advantage of those draft picks and whatever else they got around them, then maybe we could also consider them winners. But from a standpoint, it seems like a stalemate, almost like a draw almost. They both got equally what they deserved. And what I mean by this is that the Rams already have a stacked team, but that addition of Matthew Stafford is like almost a shot of adrenaline, an extra boost for them. And then the Detroit Lions, they get a pretty good quarterback. We know what Jared Goff can do. We saw what he did in 2017 and in 2018. We know that he's capable of doing some pretty great things, and I wish nothing but the best for Jared Goff. And also the Lions have that draft capital now, so only time will tell really how this trade ends up. So in your guys' opinion, who won this trade and who will do better off without the other? And that's all we have for today's video. But I would like to know your guys' thoughts, what you guys think about this huge trade. A lot of noise has already been made in the offseason, and there's still more to come, more big trades. There's still Deshaun Watson's future that's up for grabs. Where will he land? Only time will tell. As always, I appreciate you guys for watching and supporting the channel. If you guys could, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. That would mean a lot to me. And also, I'll be leaving my social media links in the description below, so check out my social media platforms, my other social media platforms as well. I really appreciate your guys' support, and as always, thanks for watching. See ya.